The lyric is, I wish I was a slave to an age-old trade, which I used to very much think about myself. It was like, it'd be so much easier if I was just like a carpenter, and I loved being a carpenter, and that was my skill, and I had work.
Yeah, there's something about like manual labor that just...
Or like just like a
simple
skill set that is always needed.
Yeah.
That's Audio Jack talking. We're playing a Biñho game because we have a Biñho game on the schedule. And you're leaving today?
I'm going to D.C. today, yes.
And then we're not in the office the rest of the week. So this is important. Sam is also here off mic. She's refereeing the Biñho. When this gets posted to YouTube, you'll be able to watch it. I guess, good morning to everyone. It's trade deadline day, so there's a little bit of energy in the office. What's your question?
Is this from this week?
You're allowed to ask questions.
I think it's from this
You're
week.
off mic. And Maddie's here is eating veggie straws, which are like the classic not bad enough to not eat, but not good snack.
Yeah, they're not good.
They're not good, but if you see them, you're like, oh, some veggie straws, whatever. They'll fill me up a little bit.
Yeah.
It's just like salt.
Yeah. It's. We had cotton candy in my backyard party. Katie threw the party. She had cotton candy, and I didn't know cotton candy is just sugar.
It's just sugar, yeah.
It's just sugar whipped. Like how ice is just water.
Yeah.
Cotton candy is just sugar.
Yeah, they melt it down and then they spin it really fast.
Yeah. It was kind of bizarre when I realized that.
Yeah.
I thought there was more involved.
No.
Not more involved. Sam, do you have the standings? Or, I mean, can I see them? It's a Google sheet, right?
I have no idea where I rank.
I'll let you know. I've missed a lot of games this season after a vow to take it seriously.
Yeah, there's quite a few people still missing.
Quite a few people. We did have the All-Star game, a lot of warehouse events. Everyone, we're not going to be being hard on makeups anymore.
No.
Okay. That's good. Who's the current champ? Jake won the belt back?
Yeah.
Who beat Prizeman? Jake?
Mm-hmm.
What the heck?
Biñho streams, I think, supposed to be next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday?
Yeah, we'll see.
Might have to be pushed a week. Sam said the Biñho stream is next Wednesday. All right, so in the major leagues. Ooh, BBD's currently winning?
Oh, good for BBD.
I haven't played him yet.
I haven't either.
He's 5-1. What?
Is Jake undefeated, though? He hasn't played a lot of games, but undefeated.
He has a loss.
He beat me pretty bad.
Oh, you're undefeated.
I am undefeated. Wow, big game for me. That's not true. I thought someone beat me.
I think Ryan said he beat you.
No, Ryan's only win is against me.
Oh, it's against you. Okay.
Yeah.
Someone said they beat you.
It says here that I have not played Ryan. I have played, it says 3 games. It says I beat Maddie 7-2.
You didn't have to say that?
Okay. It says that I lost to Kyle. No, I beat Kyle 7-6. That was a good game. That was recently, right? And I haven't played Ryan, and I haven't played Luke, and I haven't played BBD, so he'll get a loss. And I beat Lucas 7-6. That was a good game. Did Kyle beat me, or did I beat Kyle? I think I beat Kyle.
Okay.
It says I beat him. It says I'm 3-0.
You can play at the warehouse this weekend, too.
Luke also has not lost a game.
Yeah, I got to play him still.
So, Jack, you are 4-2, which puts you tied for 3rd place.
That's respectable.
Maddie, you are 3-4.
Mm-hmm.
More losses than wins.
It depends how you look at that.
I'm looking at how many wins compared to how many losses.
Oh, in that case, yes,
For you.
there's more losses than wins.
That's tough. Ryan's not playing well. Joe's isn't playing well. And Jack, not you, the other Jack.
Doyle?
Jack Doyle from We Got Ice is 0-7. Him and Zoe bought a board, right? So they can practice in their apartment.
I think so.
Working out for them?
I guess not.
Damn.
I believe I have 2 games left, so my goal as of yesterday was to just make it to the 8th seed.
Yeah, you just need to survive and not get relegated, right?
There's 2 of those this season.
2 survive, not relegated.
Wow. Okay.
So I feel a lot better than I did yesterday morning.
Canobio's doing well in the minor leagues.
Mm-hmm.
Minor leagues haven't played a lot of games, it looks like. That's where a lot of the makeups come from.
Yeah.
Do we need to give them like their own board and like go just like
There-
scurry? We should do it at the warehouse.
There's a second Biñho board here, and nobody uses it.
The blue one?
Yeah.
It's too fast. Plays different.
That's the minor league board.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll
It-
bring
it
to
does
the-
play
we'll bring
different.
to the warehouse.
There already is one at the warehouse.
It does play different, which is hilarious to people
Yeah.
that don't know Biñho, and they're probably like, okay, guys. But then when you talk to the creator of Biñho, like they have multiple boards with different surfaces specifically because they play different.
Yeah.
Like that's a fast turf board. This is a medium turf board.
I was talking to Steve yesterday. He said that every color ball plays different.
Yeah.
He knows them all. Oh, yellow's slow, green's fast, this and that.
Sounds like an accountant.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, I played with the yellow ball yesterday and I liked it. Have you played with the green ball?
I don't think so.
I
think I played with the-
yesterday, I liked it.
Is there like a baby blue ball? I think I played with that one.
Robin's egg blue.
Yeah.
Well, if you have any calls, Matt, you can patch calls in while we play, and then we can talk about whatever we want to talk about while we play. Floorball is coming out. It's the trade deadline season.
Yeah. You guys kick off, and then I'll
We got to do
let it
rock,
fall
paper,
in.
scissors first. Ready? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. We both went scissors. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. I stayed scissor. He went rock. Jack has the kickoff. So you're going to D.C. today?
Yes.
That's exciting.
Gonna
Could be
see.
a very sad day in Nationals on the trade Soto.
It's gonna be a fun day for the Mets though. DeGrom's first start back.
3 misses.
You just counting misses down there? Might be a while. We're playing. Nice. Audio Jack up 1-0. You can put a call through. Is anyone here? Any of our friends?
Yeah, just invited. First caller was Jay Warner, 23.
Jay Warner, Justin Warner.
I thought Justin.
You did?
Yeah.
I think that was a kid I went to high school with. Was named Justin Weiss, maybe, or Warner. He got run over
He
in the parking lot.
he or she joined.
Was he okay?
Yeah, he was all right. He got like completely run over. They treated him like a speed bump.
They just have to unmute themselves.
Nice shot.
and then
1-1.
they Should be good.
I
There
made
we
a,
go.
I made a nice shot from downtown.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning, Jay Warner. How are you?
Good. Do you prefer to be called Jomboy or Jimmy? Which one? Which one do you prefer?
Either or, it's all good. If my wife, I prefer Jimmy. She tries to slip in a Jomboy every now and then, and I'm like, that's weird. I don't like it.
This is a tough table to
So
play
I
on.
guess I have a Yankees question, but I guess it could also go for the league as well.
Okay.
Last year with the trade deadline, when we acquired Anthony Rizzo, it was kind of a bomb. Like no one saw it coming. Like it wasn't a name that was thrown out to the Yankees like Joey Gallo was. So I'm curious, do you see anything happening like that this year, or do you have anyone on your radar for the Yankees or just the league in general where it would kind of have that same impact? Like, whoa, nobody saw that coming.
Because people saw Rizzo getting traded. They just didn't think the Yankees were going to be in on a true rental because they were bad last year. I just scored them up 2-1. So I think that's the difference because it was a little surprising. They must have been confident they can re-sign him. They already got Benintendi. I don't even know if they plan on re-signing him. But across baseball, I think it'd be more surprising if some people don't get, like if Soto doesn't get traded. I don't know if there's any surprises out there that have like multiple years of control. I just think it might be the team. Glaber now is in some like unsourced rumors, and people have been talking about him a lot for the Yankees. And if he's in part of a deal, I think that would be shocking. I think if the Yankees make another big deal, it would be which now is, you know, maybe I just have a little trade deadline fever. Now it's starting to become like, are they going to make another big one? Because Sevy went to the 60-day. And they kept all their prospects. Oh, Audio Jack scored 2-2 is the score. So I don't know. I think the Padres might be getting used again, which would be very sad. Like last year, they leaked that he was going to the Scherzer was going to the Padres, just so the Dodgers. It was almost like, hey guys, are you really not going to beat the Padres if you want them? And then the Dodgers swooped in and beat them, and that seems like what's happening right now because all the beat reporters at once came out and were like, Padres in the lead, being very aggressive. And it seems odd that would get spread without like it being done, that everyone would be on that same beat. I don't know. That's giving me weird vibes. And then there was something else I was going to say, but now I forget. So I guess I can't tell you what I'd be surprised by because then I wouldn't be surprised by it. Does that make
Right.
sense?
I guess my only other question, I asked Joe's about this yesterday. He was doing an Instagram live. I jumped on. I found it weird that Boone said that after Sevy threw, he gave him a thumbs up, and then he was transferred to the 60-day. Joe's thought it was more of a thing just to not rush him back. What were your thoughts on that? Does it seem fishy to you?
Yeah, I mean, they said he was doing throwing activities, which puts him at 3 weeks minimum when like a pitcher, like especially a starter, because you got to do a week of throwing, and then you got to do like 4 days of throwing, then you got to do 4 days of long toss, then pitching from flat ground, then pitching from the mound, then rehab starts. Like, recovery for a pitcher is a long way. So it backdates to July 14th. So I wonder if he would be ready a little earlier than 60 days, but Jake said, but they can just start him 3 games in a row in the minors or 4 games in a row in the minors while on the 60-day and build his arm strength back up while not doing a roster crunch in the majors and stuff like that. So, because Boone in his press game yesterday was very confident. He's like, no, they said, do you think he's going to be a starter when he returns? And Boone was very much like, yeah, I mean, that's the plan. So, I don't know. There's a little funny business going on there. There's a little funny business going on with the whole roster crunch situation. There's just spots that need to be cleared. I have no idea how they're going to trade Gallo when they've been very public he's not going to be on the team after the deadline. So if you are another team, why would you pick up any of his salary or give up a prospect for him when he's going to get DFA'd? Like, they have no leverage there. So I'm interested to see how that plays out. I almost scored. Is it 3-2?
Yeah, it's
maybe?
almost like you have to DFA him if you can't trade him. I mean, the guy just you can't keep him.
Yeah, I mean, he's saying goodbye messages, talking about how much he hated it here. So, and saying he's going to be gone, and he's like ready to be relieved.
On one part, it's easy to feel sympathy for the guy, but on the other part, it's like, and you've said it on multiple occasions, he refused to change anything. So why feel bad for the guy? I mean, the human in you feels bad for him, but also it's like, hey, you didn't change, so part of it's on you, buddy.
Yeah, it's always tough because there are asshole Yankee fans, but then there are a lot of fans that aren't jerks. They're just demanding, and he's like, "This is who I am." His quote a while ago when he said, "I'm 2 weeks away from a good season," was wild to me because it's just not true, and like your season shouldn't solely, like, in your own head, it shouldn't be judged by your own, just your personal final numbers. Like, you're not 2 weeks away from a good season because you didn't help your team for 3 months. That's not a good season to be a detriment for 3 months and then have 2 good weeks and think that is a good attribute to a team. So it just seemed like a weird mindset. He didn't want to be here, and it was all like kind of bad vibes.
Hey, let's get someone to teach IKF to field ground balls too while we're at it. I know your stance on it. So.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't understand why he can't hit fielders in the chest. Like, DJ should have caught that ball last night, but why is that throw not at DJ's chest? It's bizarre.
Yeah, it makes you wonder, because he was a third baseman. That's where he won his Gold Glove, if I recall correctly. So it makes you wonder if it's just a playing out of position thing or putting too much stress on himself or what. But
yeah, I don't know. But hopefully, we'll see. Oh, fuck. Audio Jack's killing me.
Two back-to-back.
Thank you very much. Was it Justin, or do you not want to tell us? What's that?
Oh, Joshua.
Joshua, okay. That's a good one.
Yeah, appreciate your time, guys.
Yeah, of course. Thanks, man. Wait, what's the score? 5-3?
4.
Oh, I was up 3-2?
Yeah.
Yes.
Maddie, who are you rooting for?
Oh, I'm rooting for you.
Thanks. Appreciate that.
The hell, man.
It is a tough.
Well, he's locked. I have to root for Jimmy, Jake, and anybody that's locked because
You don't want your spot taken. That's true.
Yeah.
This is a tough board to play on.
Shall I invite the next?
Yeah.
All right. Brock Taylor was one of the next people in here. I don't
From
know if
Texas? You think that they're from Texas?
Oh, no. This is from Oklahoma. But I don't know if it's Taylor Brock or Brock Taylor.
Okay. I mean, if I heard someone name was Brock Taylor, I'd think they were from Texas. I guess Oklahoma as well, but mostly.
Well, let's see.
Utah. You got it wrong.
Wow, Utah. Would not have guessed that. How are you, Brock?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm good. I just scored to tie the game 4-4 against Audio Jack and Biñho. So fucking shit. He took the lead right back, 5-4. Jake's full-grown height. How are you doing?
Good. So I had a question more for the LinkedIn side of your business.
Yes.
I'm sure you probably addressed it as I haven't listened to every morning episode, but you guys hired, or I guess you guys hired Andrew Patterson as the CEO, and I was just curious on what's the thought process behind it, and because obviously you've done an amazing job of building with you and Jake and everyone in charge building, and so what's your thought process behind hiring a CEO and the steps forward behind that, if that makes sense?
Yeah. Well, basically, we knew that we would need a CEO for a while. I was acting CEO. I was CEO, and I probably took it as far as I could with my business acumen and all that. And there's also a lot of the other side of things is growing so much in all the departments that I didn't really want to be incredibly deep in that. I want to be on the content side and the creative side. So, I mean, we did a CEO search for like a full year, maybe. It's a long process. I think we started last summer, probably talked to 50 candidates or so. We have a very unique business. We have a very strong sense of what we are as a company and what we want to become and what we missed the shot. What we aren't interested in doing and all of that, and it's kind of new age and I mean a lot of people that are higher up or in places just straight up don't get it. Don't get the slow road of it all, the community aspect, the homegrown. So it took us a long time. We interviewed a ton of people. It took forever, and then Andrew fully understood what we were trying to do, understood what we were not going to do, understood that we say no to a lot of things. And then, what we really need is strategy and structure and management and all of that. As a company, we are really good at content, really good at sales, really good at community building, really good at socials. Those are our strengths, but structure, organization, partnerships, all that stuff. We're not good at. I hate networking. I hate shaking hands and saying hi to people that are in the business
Germs.
world. So I don't want to do that.
So is the current state of the company, is this your vision with various different cities involved, like Boston, the guys that we got, Ice Guys? Is that kind of your vision, or are you envisioning something bigger and grander and trying to be this huge thing, or are you pretty content with how things are right now, or I guess my question, hiring a CEO, what is the vision behind it besides taking, if that makes sense? I don't know.
I mean, there's one just internal structure and relief in hiring other managers and departments and letting us get our heads out of water, because we have a small team that work incredibly hard. And then forward thinking, we never really, what a nice goal by me. We never had the ability to plan what's our 5-year plan and what's our budget for that and what are the financials and where do we spend this and how, and should we go into that now or should we go into that later? And then with the investment, we get the flexibility to invest in different avenues, and we needed someone that was smarter than us to come up with a strategy of that and how can we be making more money on the things that we're currently doing and what's the best path to go forward. So I mean that's why we wanted a CEO and someone up top to help with the strategy. And then as far as the vision, I don't know. That's always been, like I said, we never thought too far ahead. I just scored at 6-5.
It's a good shot.
Mm-hmm.
So I never thought too far ahead. The warehouse games is the first thing we've done where the immediate reaction wasn't the goal, you know, like that is like a 10-year or like a 5 tough miss by Jack. It's like a 5-year plan with a very high ceiling. So that's like where once we got the investment and stuff, and it's our own IP, we own all the team names and we own all the content, and it keeps growing. We can distribute it, we can license it, we can do like pop-up tournaments and fan-hosted tournaments. Like there's just like a crazy big vision there. That's the first thing we've really done where it's like, hey, if this doesn't like go crazy right away, that's fine because this is a slow play. But we didn't hire like Jack and Zoe because they're from Boston. We hired them because they make a ton of content. They're funny, they're competitive, but good-natured. I just won.
That's
on
game.
A nice slow shot.
That was a good game.
So yeah, it was a good game.
Thanks, Jack.
I don't know. I kind of like rambled a bunch.
Thanks for having me.
Rambled a bunch through all of that.
Thank you.
But it's
Thank you so much.
hiring people. One is, do we enjoy being around them, and do they fit our kind of vibe here of like a friendly hangout session, and do they understand how much work it is to do content, which 95% of people that want to do content have no idea how much work it is, and maybe 75% of people that do content have no idea how much work is needed to be successful. So that is very hard to find. That's why we like the We Got Ice guys, because they just go and throw. That's why I love Nicky Cass. He's not with the company, but we work with him all the time because he just understands the go of it all and just do and throw things at the wall. So that's more what we look for. Those two factors of, do they fit our sentiments, and do they understand and not have and are fearless in like putting themselves out there in new formats and new shows. More so than any, do they cover this sports team? Are they from this region? Do they hit this demographic that we're not hitting? More so than any of that. It's more those first two things.
Right on. Yeah, that makes sense. That's awesome. I just think it's been awesome to see, because obviously, like I got into Jomboy Media just through talking Yanks and through talking baseball, and to see you guys grow into something that reaches a ton of different people and a ton of different sports has been like really, really cool to watch. So that's why I was curious. But
yeah,
thank you so much.
You're welcome. Some of it is kind of planned, and some of it is just not. You know, like I didn't know that I was going to be in a GeoGuessr team, playing GeoGuessr all the time, wearing matching sweaters. Actually, the first time we ever played GeoGuessr, because my brother was trying to get us to play it forever, I thought this is stupid and stinks. Why would people watch this? And now it's some of the only content I watch back of our own, because I find it so funny.
Same.
And I don't know what the numbers are at now, but it was going off for a while. And I think there's some good ones coming back. So, yeah, some of the content's planned and super strategized, and other is we enjoy making this, so hopefully people enjoy watching it, which I think is the best way to be.
I certainly enjoy it.
You're a GeoGod fan?
Thank you. Well, that, and I mean, I growing up, I didn't watch baseball. Like, I played every other sport, and I wanted to get involved watching more baseball. So to say that you guys got me to understand every intricacy of baseball would be an understatement. Like, that's like the last 3 years of my life has been
That's
all
awesome,
baseball,
man.
because of your content. Like, not even kidding. Like, because of your content, I've been able to understand baseball and follow baseball at like way more than was ever possible before you guys. So
Yeah, that is always wild to hear, because I've heard it so much now that obviously I believe it. But early on, people would say that, and I'm like, I don't like, that's not like the goal. Isn't, we're not trying to be ambassadors of the sport. I just like the Yankees, and I like baseball, and I like talking about the things that I like talking about. That's what I used to say. So to have that be the side effect now, like I had two dads come up to me when we were in the All-Star game saying thank you. I mean, this sounds kind of self-serving to share this story, so I hate, but they just said thank you for giving me a connection with my son. We talk about baseball nonstop now, and I grew up talking about baseball with my dad, and like that was our connection. So that has been one of the side effects that I had never sought out to do. That has been like crazy rewarding to hear that shit. And there's a lot of dads that love baseball, and then their kids probably didn't like baseball. Like it makes a lot of sense because it fell out of favor with the youth. And you probably, if you're at home and your dad is like watching all the games, but you never watch with him, and then all of a sudden you're watching these funny videos on YouTube that kind of get you into it, and then you sit down and watch the game with your dad. That is maybe the best like feedback I ever get from like my son like watches games with me now. Is like touching. Like guy told me that VIP event, and I was like almost like welled up. I was like, fuck, that's really cool. And but it makes perfect sense because the divide was there, and a lot of older men grew up loving baseball, and then their sons fell out of favor with watching it. So cool to hear that. I appreciate you calling in and sharing.
No, thank you. Thanks, Jimmy. Thanks, Jack.
Yep, Jack lost. He left. He's tail between his legs. I have to play other people. Should I bring him in while I'm on a heater?
Yeah, might as well. I'm gonna invite somebody. I'm not gonna tell you who it is. You see if you recognize this voice.
Okay.
They're invited.
Okay. This is a game we used to play in college all the time.
See if you recognize this person's voice.
I would hand my phone to someone, and then we had a landline, and then they would give me a phone number from my phone, and then I would call, and then I'd have to keep them on the phone until I figured out who it was.
Yeah.
You want to figure out who this is?
Yeah.
Okay.
You got to keep going.
You don't. Well, let's see. I used
Boobach.
yeah. Hey, that was quick. I didn't have to get to it. I was gonna say I used to run a lawnmower.
Boobach, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you doing, man?
I'm
Been a
good.
while.
How's the family?
We're doing good. Bought a new house here June 1st. So we moved across town to the bougie side of town.
Hell yeah.
We're doing good.
How old is
Hell
your
yeah.
youngest now? Like 18 months? 2 years?
She just turned 2 years last Wednesday.
Fuck.
2 years old.
That flew
She's,
by.
Dude, she's sassy as ever. And I thought the first two were sassy AF, but geez, man, this one is like
You and three daughters?
three girls, dude. Yep,
Man.
a 5-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a 5.5, 4 years old, and 2 years old.
You're just going to get beat up for the next
Yeah.
15 years. You're not going to be able to wear a
Man,
single
it's
shirt
gonna be-
without getting made fun of.
I agree. But hey, I get one of the things I've looked forward to in being a dad is there's going to be a time that I can embarrass the living shit out of it.
Yeah. You take that
You
ugly
know?
shirt off and you say,
Gonna
well, now
be-
I'm shirtless.
Exactly. Or, I've always planned that if I ever had girls and in their teenage years when they, try to sneak out of the house or try to come home late, I'm just going to lay in their bed and wait for them to come home. So I think that'd be great,
That would
Try
definitely
to
scare the
sneakily
shit
climb
out
into
of
bed. You go, hello, how's it going?
Oh, you give them a
Where'd you
heart
been?
attack.
And there's, yeah, they deserve it. So
How's everything else in Nebraska?
Yeah, I want to do it's Nebraska. It's hot as fuck around here. Last week it was nice and cool. This week it's like, 80% humidity with 94-degree temps at 8 a.m.
Damn.
And that's never fun.
Hey,
For
fuck
anybody.
that. That sucks.
What's that?
That sucks. I don't want that.
It's not fun.
No.
It's not fun. When my wife and I came to New York, what was it, 2019? That first, is that you guys had the Talk Native in the stadium. Got
Yep.
rained out. But that was hotter than hell. That was in July. It was hot. I thought it was hot. But this doesn't compare to this hot. This humid, nasty. It's just sticky. You don't want to go outside and school.
You know what the hottest place in my life is right now?
What's that?
The warehouse.
Oh, yeah. I wondered about that. I watched the first episode of Floorball the other day, and I noticed you had had some of those cooler fans, those big floor fans, and I thought to myself, I bet it's hotter than shit around there.
Yeah, I think it was 95.
You guys need to.
I think it was 95 degrees, and then we had that place like swampy because it's a little like there's no relief from air, and we were running around sweating. I felt bad for the people who didn't play, like Maddie, who were kind of just standing. And like, you ever walk into like a locker room, like a football locker room or a hockey locker room, and you're not sweating, like you're not creating the musk and the dampness, but you're in there now. That's what I felt bad for the people that weren't playing, because once I played, I was like, whatever. It was so hot. Yeah. That's why we're not wearing like the nice jerseys, and we have the like boxing like cornermen with the. It was the next 2 days it dropped down to like 65 degrees. So the next 2 days it was actually all right. Oh. And then we're filming. We're filming this week. We're filming Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. The Blitzball battle. It won't come out till after the World Series. We just have to do it this early because our schedules get crazy. But it's supposed to be 95 Thursday and Friday, and we can't have the giant fans blowing like we did in floorball because it'll fuck up pitches. So it's gonna suck. But what we did is we have other. We got another little like office in the warehouse that wasn't being used, and we're gonna have like cold rooms. So like everything else will be air conditioned, and then you go to the field and play. It's a little better than floorball, where it was a nonstop like sprint or squat session. Yeah. It was hot.
I was gonna say, I didn't know if you guys get like swamp coolers. I don't know if you know what a swamp cooler is.
Yeah, we had a couple. We have AC in there. It doesn't do much, and then we have like 2 giant swamp cooler fans. But the landlord, he gave us 3 options for AC. He was like, "There's this one, this one, this one," and I said, "Well, let's just do that one for now and see how bad it is." And we learned our lesson. Yeah. So as soon as we're done filming this, it's like, nope, we're getting AC in there.
Yeah. See, that's why you need an HVAC tech. I know a guy.
Is that you? Is that one of your many qualifications?
Yeah, that's one of my. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm an HVAC tech for a hospital here in town.
Yeah, we need you. Jake and I had many talks about like, would Bubak move to New York and be our warehouse guy? But you got 3 girls.
I would love to, but I know it's tough. It's tough to uproot a family.
Yeah, they're Nebraska through and through.
Guess I'll have to check back in with you in 20 years.
A proud Cornhusker.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll bring Cornhusker pride to New York. I think they need a little bit.
Grand Island, right? That's where you're from?
Yep.
A town with 2 lies in its name.
2 lies. We're not grand, and we're not on an island. Compared
to other towns in Nebraska, you might be grand.
I think we're like the third or fourth largest city in Nebraska.
Yeah. So okay, 1 lie.
Yeah.
Like just in size.
Yeah. Yep. But I mean, it's not really that big because you freaking know everybody really anyways. So, I think the population is like just over 50,000. So
it's pretty big.
That's not compared to New York. It's not very big,
Where did you grow up? I mean, well, you don't have to say the town if you don't want, but what size town did you grow up in?
Well, my dad's a teacher, so we moved around. So I lived in 3 different towns growing up, or while I was in school, and I think the biggest one was Cozad, which is like just under 4,000.
Damn, that's so small.
Yeah, it is.
It's nuts. Well, I've just been playing catch up. Did you have a question or anything you wanted to say, or did you just want to play catch up too?
Well, you have done the people place thing in past episodes. One thing I was going to bring up was Monowai, Nebraska. I don't know if you've ever heard of Monowai, Nebraska. At one point, they claimed themselves, or they were by the U.S. Bureau population bureau, they were the smallest town in America. They had one resident. She's the mayor, and she's everything. Monowai. It's straight up in the northeast corner of the state.
How do you spell it?
It's Monowi.
Monowai.
Yep.
Whoa. 4 roads?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Good. Everyone Google Monowai, Google Map. If you just Google Monowai, Nebraska, and then it gives you like the town shape and the roads. I mean, it says it's a village. There's Grant Street, 509th Ave, Butte Street, and Brule Street, and that's all. There's 4 roads in town. That's nuts. So wait, how do you know this town?
Once.
You been there?
What's that? I've been through there. Dude, I used to like pride myself in knowing all the, like, in my bachelor days, my cat and around days, we went to a lot of like small town festivals during the summer and just get obliterated. And there was one up there. We had a golf tournament up there. It's on the reservation. It's close to the reservation. We had a golf tournament up there. We went through there, stopped, and they used to have a bar. I don't know if they do anymore, but
Yeah, Monowai Tavern. It's got 265 reviews, which I was a little shocked by.
mm-hmm.
And it's just, I mean, yeah. Wow.
That's one of those small town bars that you get a drink, and then you're like, oh, we got to go. So like, here's a cap for your beer.
Look at the picture of this, Maddie. The two buildings in town, the library and the bar right next to each other, and the library looks like it was built in 1910 and hasn't been renovated.
Mm-hmm.
Monowai. This is a cool town.
Yeah.
There's like 3 houses. So the bar is just for people passing through?
I think so. I mean, that's what it was when we went through there.
Population 2. Huh.
I think it's population 1 now. As of the 2020 census, I think it was 1.
Okay.
But
Did
I could be
her
wrong
husband
on that.
died or something? That's sad.
I think so. Yeah.
Damn.
She's like 88, 89, I think, that gal that lives there.
Oh, man. The population was 1. 87-and-a-half-year-old Elsie.
Yeah.
Of the 3 housing units in Monowai, only hers was occupied.
Yeah.
Shit.
I figured you'd like that.
That's crazy. Yeah, I
Yeah, you're
do.
big into that stuff.
I mean, there's...
As am I.
Which house do you think is hers? I can see the 3 houses.
Probably the one with the nicest lawn. I don't know.
I hope it's this one on Broad Street because, you can't drop... They don't have Google Maps through the town.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's no Google Maps there.
Dude, this is nuts. Have people done videos on this town? I feel like that's such a fun fact that it feels like Vice would do we went to Monterey.
Well, there was
yeah, there's something here.
Larry,
This
the
is
cable guy,
America's
had a show.
smallest town. Meet the
Yeah.
only resident.
Yeah.
I hope people don't bother her all the
Yeah.
time. Yeah, we're making a YouTube video.
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, there's a lot of
I got
videos on this. Oh, that's cool. Cool,
And
man.
Larry the Cable Guy had a TV show on like Travel Channel or History Channel a while back, and I think they went there.
Makes sense. That's crazy. Well, thanks, man. It was good to hear from you.
Yeah. Hey, I got a real quick question for you
Yeah.
before I let you go. I know just from following you guys since who the hell knows, long time ago when everything was small, that your biggest thing growing up is you wanted to be a dad. Right?
Yep.
Like,
I just
you
told
always-
someone that. I
since
just met someone told me
forever.
that.
Yeah, you've always wanted to be a dad. So I'm curious now that you are a dad and you and Katie have a house. I wanted. Do you do the dad things? Like, are you mowing the lawn?
No,
Are
I
you,
had
you know,
I had a
you
whole
know,
I had a
didn't-
whole conversation with my dad about that stuff actually, because I felt super guilty because growing up, my dad mowed the lawn. When I was in high school, I would mow the lawn. I would rake leaves. My dad and I we cut all the pavers and put the pavers down in the backyard and like stain the deck and I was I grew up helping my dad with all the house projects. I was pretty handy. I took wood shop twice. I built my own entertainment center, 3-story. Like I can do a lot of those skills. Not that I don't have them, but they seem like because I'm so busy and my time is somewhat limited. I and doing those things doesn't satisfy me. The only thing it satisfies is my guilt about like not doing my own shit around the house. So I asked my dad. I said, Dad, why did you do all that stuff? And he said it was because they couldn't afford it when we were really young, and he gets satisfaction out of doing that. Like he likes working. If you go to my house, if you go hang out with my dad for the weekend, he likes working on houses, and then I get joy out of other things. Like I like making home videos and cataloging everything we do, or like when he's older, like playing sports. My dad did too. I like taking photos and sitting around and playing card games and shit. And then, I've been lucky enough we can afford someone to come mow the lawn. So I had a big conversation with my dad and my mom about that. Like, should I do this? Like, set an example for James or whatever? Like, it's like a kind of a really big waste of my time if I only get 4 hours a night with him to be doing all this shit. So I haven't been doing a lot of that. There's things I like. I like shoveling snow. I like raking leaves. There's like a very weird sense of tangible success when like it starts out, the whole lawn's covered, driver's covered, and I look back and I did it. So like I do like doing those things, but I like somewhat struggle with that. Like, and same with my wife, like doing laundry and stuff. I'm like, well, if that's like our biggest stress point, like let's just not do it and send it somewhere. I mean, if you ask anyone, if you could afford to not do your own laundry, like a lot of people would be like, I wouldn't do it.
100%, man. Especially with 3 girls, 2 of them that change clothes 10 times a day.
Yeah.
I would pay for that in a heartbeat, But
I am enjoying other things, and when he can play, like as soon as he can run around and play, like I think it'll be bike rides and going to fields and playing with balls in the backyard. Like my dad, man, he would just make up games. That's where I get it from. We would play the game where we would stand on either side of the house and he would throw a tennis ball over the entire house. And how many bounces could I catch on the fly, or could I catch on 1 bounce, 2 bounces? When I was like 5, 6 years old.
I gotcha.
And like I'm excited to play that. Dumb shit. My dad would drop me off a block away from my house, and then it was a race, him in the car and me running. Like that was one of my literally treated me like a dog. That is my favorite thing. I would be cutting through all the backyards in the neighborhood, like zigzagging the shortcut, and he would have to go around on the road, and we would race, and I'd be like 8 years old. And I'm excited to do all that dumb shit with James and if we have more sons or daughters.
But
the yard work and shit, like I guess I've just decided that I'm out.
Yeah, I get it. You're a busy man.
Yeah.
Busy man, you do good work, man.
Well, I appreciate it. I was just telling someone my high school teachers used to get mad at me in middle school. What do you want to be when you grow up? A dad. That was my answer for ever. They're like, no, like what do you want to go to college? I was like, I don't care. What do you want to do? Like, I want to be a dad. I want to have kids. Like, what?
Yeah.
I was like, well, I mean, whatever serves that, I'll do it. I'll figure it out. So, yeah. And I think my wife, she was the same way. She just wanted to be a mom. So we're happy.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Good.
Cool, man.
Well, congratulations, man. I appreciate everything you do. It's awesome. So,
well, you as well. It's good to hear from you.
Yep. Sounds good.
All right. See you, man.
Take care, man. Have a good one. Peace.
What time did we start?
I think 45.
All right. No trades have happened?
Nothing yet, other than that Twins deal.
What was that deal?
It was Minnesota gets closer Jorge Lopez. Baltimore gets 4 prospects.
Okay, I don't know what that does for anyone. Jorge Lopez?
Yeah.
The Orioles. So they're got to be pretty upset that they're, like, quote unquote, in the wild card.
Yeah.
Did you see the quotes from the players when they traded Mancini? They're like, Cedric Mullins was like, we're like in the race. This stinks.
Yeah.
Now they traded Lopez as well. I mean,
This says the Athletic tweeted all-star reliever. Is he on the all-star team this year?
I think so. I mean, he's having an amazing year.
Yeah.
Saving games for them, right?
Yeah.
I mean, dude, that stinks. I don't think the Orioles are going to win in the playoffs, blah, blah, blah. But, I mean, the vibe of that, and the Mariners did that last year, right? They traded away they got Toro for him. What, Graveman?
Yes.
Is that who it was?
Yeah.
I mean, this guy, Lopez, has pitched 44 games. He's got a 1.68 ERA.
Well,
Out of the 48 games, 38 of them have been scoreless.
yeah.
He's blown 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 out of 44. That is tough for the Orioles, especially like the fan base. like they're selling tickets, they're rallying. I don't know. I understand that it's better for the long term, but
Right. The latest I've seen on Soto is from Morosi, who said if the Cardinals don't include Carlson, the Nationals are out on that, so he's most likely a Padre or Dodger. And they have yet to include Carlson in any of their offers.
I was a little surprised when they said like Carlson and Nolan Gorman, but then it's Soto, and then you're like, oh, I was reading it, and I was like, they're going to trade, and then it got like for Soto, and I was like, oh yeah, okay, never mind. Never mind. You give them all up. Man, I hope Padres fans don't get that done to them again. Did you see the FTX guy tweet out the Bleacher Creatures thing yesterday?
I saw you retweeted it, but I didn't.
He just said, Yankees broadcaster just said that Rizzo hit a home run into the bleachers, right next to the creatures. I don't know. I feel like comparing fans to creatures isn't really what anyone wants.
LOL.
I was thinking, like, even if you don't know that Bleacher Creatures is a saying,
Right.
I still don't think that's something to, like, it's just a rhyme, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Someone responded, like, wait till he finds out that some pitchers are called belly itchers. And that's, like, the same thing. Like,
Yeah.
what? Like, yeah, I didn't get it. People like that Tim Anderson breakdown yesterday, Matty.
Yeah.
I like the old man voice.
Yeah, I saw that. I watched that one.
Some people like the end. Went, what?
Yeah.
That kid's funny.
Yeah.
And I did the Let's Get 'Em really well. I watched it just because I tweeted out, like, this is some of my finest voice acting, and someone said, the Let's Get 'Em's good, too. And I was like, oh, is it? And I went, and I was like, oh, shit. I kind of nailed that guy's cadence.
Oh, for sure.
That's what people don't get, man. One, lip reading is one thing. Talking like the people, sometimes it happens, and I have just no idea how it happens. One time I did like a women's soccer game, and the clock broke, and I just did the guy's voice, and it just came out like some southern accent, and I was like, I didn't know that was going to happen.
Yeah. That's good.
You just mimic their mouth. Yeah. Actor from Band of Brothers said I was a really good voice over actor. So maybe that's what I do now. Kind of is. Just keep doing that. Jose Trevino tweeted.
Next animated baseball movie.
I don't want to give away too many secrets, but this is a secret show. I was watching Blaze. It's a kid show about race cars and stuff and trucks. And some of the executive producers are Danica Patrick, Jimmy Johnson, like race car drivers. I was watching it because my nephews like it, and I'm like, and we've wanted to do this forever, like ever. One of the first ideas. I don't know if we'll ever do it. I was like, oh, this is like getting kids into racing cars.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, why? Like, MLB should be funding a very good cartoon where baseball is it, which we've wanted to do forever. Me and Trev have talked about that. We've tried to like talk about what it would be and all that, but a well done for kids, for like 2 to 4 year olds.
Yeah.
Because my little nephews, like, they love race cars, which I think all little boys love race cars, so it's kind of easy. But all little boys not all, but a lot of them like balls and sports.
Mm-hmm.
Like, my son put him in the ball pit the other day, he's throwing them around. Like, why? No one do it because we've been wanting to do it forever. Like songs or like whatever, just like a cartoon.
Yeah.
It's not really about racing. That's just what's happening.
Yeah, but then you buy the toys.
And yeah.
And I don't know every kid's show, but I haven't seen any other sports do that. So maybe baseball can be ahead of the curve for once.
Maybe what was the Shoebies Rocket Power?
Oh, for skateboarding?
They did skateboarding and they did skimboarding. I think I like learned about skimboarding and then I skimboarded a lot at the beach.
But that's not even for 2 to 4.
No, I was older, yeah. I was like old. I would watch that with my nephew who was younger. Rocket Power. Good show. Do you think it holds up? No? Did you watch Rocket Power?
Episode here or there. I know that they say woogity 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 or something like that.
Let's watch one scene from Rocket Power and see if it holds up. Otto goes down bruised man's curve. So they were doing this for action sports, basically.
Right.
Bruised man's curve is talking shit to Otto. Otto's scared.
Say whatever you want about me. I am out of here.
Oh, he's quitting.
Come on, you're just gonna walk away?
What does it look like I'm doing?
Lars is laughing at him. Oh shit. Oh shit. Lars alert.
Lars went down the hill accidentally.
He's going down backwards. So now Otto's going to have to go down to save him, right?
I would assume. He wiped out.
He lost a tooth? No. It's not. It's just a little. It's just a little scratch.
I think you'll live, you big baby.
Oh shit. I don't know. Okay. Now Otto's got the power.
Rocket boy. Heads up, you guys.
Don't necessarily know what changed there, but
The bird flew and he got inspired.
right. Oh.
Oh wow. Oh wow. Big old jump from Otto. And he's crushing it.
Yeah, he's flying down this.
He is crushing bruised man's curve. Wow. Snaking through so easily. Just used a rock as a ramp. It's still going. Oh, he just jumped over the purple-haired girl. Now he's in a half pipe of rocks. And, oh, that looked like he was hitting some moguls on his skateboard. Oh my god, big time air. Major air, I apologize. Did some sort of like stiffy grab. Wow.
Go Otto.
I did it! I can't believe I'm the first kid down bruised man's curve.
Neither can I. Are you sure this scratch isn't infected?
Wow.
Huh?
Shit, holds
Wow.
up, man. Really good message. Don't cry over a tiny little cut. You're a big baby. And if you see a bird, risk death.
I didn't really get that one, but
You didn't get it? Like, what if James sees a bird fly now and it's like, yeah, I'll go down this mountain, and then I sue Rocket Power.
that's a good message.
Yeah. Thank you guys for listening to the morning show. I beat Audio Jack and Biñho.
Yeah.
Caught up with Bubak, which was awesome.
Yeah.
talked business, talked Yankees. Trade deadline. Hopefully we get some bell ringing soon. See you later.